Hey you! You're watching a clip from the DynamiteGizmo podcast. This is not the full episode, but if you want to see the full episode, make sure to click the link in the description. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. Do it now! Here's the clip. We're going to move on to the Prochazka. This is my favorite fighter. If you were to ask me, who is your favorite fighter in the world, if you could choose one fighter out of the entire 500 UFC fighters on the roster, who is your favorite? I would sit there and I would think, because I have done this, and then I would eventually come to the conclusion that Jiri Prochazka is my favorite fighter for a multitude of reasons. Every aspect of this motherfucker makes me happy. I like Jiri. I like Jiri a lot. Now, do you think there's a chance that Jiri Prochazka gets yet another title, another shot at the title, if Alex wins this weekend? If Alex wins this weekend, do you think they're going to bring Jiri back into the mix and go for a trilogy? If Jiri wins as well? I think they will. I honestly think they will. If Ankalaev wins, Yuri's right there in line, assuming he wins as well. Okay, whether Ankalaev wins, whether Alex wins, doesn't matter. If Jiri takes the win, he's the next in line to fight for the title. Or if Khalil wins, but I want Jiri. Now, Jiri has said both times going into his fights with Alex that he believed he was at the level to beat him. But we won't really know until it happens again. But he can keep talking because he has talked the whole time and he hasn't been able to do it. And going into the Jamahal fight against Jiri versus Jamahal, a lot of people were worried about Yuri's guard being too low. His hands were down and he was leaving himself open to a knockout, which is something Yuri's known for, but he was doing it a lot in the Jamahal fight. But what we saw was absolutely impeccable, incredible head movement. It was crazy defense and a clear increase in skill. He clearly has figured something out. He made Jamahal look like an amateur in there. Do we not remember this? Think back to that fight. I have it here, actually. Whoops.
Good head movement by Prochazka yet again. Oh! What a combination!
He's hurt! I guess it doesn't show much.
Trying desperately to survive.
Oh yeah, guys. Kind of. It's hard to see because it's...
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's an uppercut. Prochazka, big ground strikes here. That's it. Indeed will do it. Jiri Prochazka.
Punch. I'm for sure gonna get this clip is gonna have to be cut out. If there's a clip cut out, you know why. I have this other clip here that I forgot to show.
I know how much you want to get that Alex Pereira fight back. Is it strange walking around seeing each other all week at the field?
And this is something what I already dealt with. Yeah, I especially like. You know me, I meditate and all these inner work, so I can't have some attitude like I wanna vendetta. I wanna to go back and I wanna to give him back these laws or whatever. No, and that's not me. I'm totally calm with that, and only one thing I can say. I believe that I'm on the level where I can win till Ankalaev or Pereira.
I know how much you want to get that Alex.
See his see his accent. you kind of get lost in the sauce of what he has to say because his accent, and he's kind of messing it. But you know what he's saying. He's agreeing with me. Whether it's Ankalaev or Alex, he's getting back at that title. So this weekend is for sure the final test to prove whether Jiri truly has leveled up enough to make that third fight with Alex happen. Or Ankh. But we gotta hope that Alex takes it, okay? I don't want to live in a world where... What is this? Oh... Right, I had the wrong tab open. I'm so sorry. It was porn. You want to watch some porn, little boy? But you want to know something wild and wacky? Jiri is completely undefeated in the UFC, other than 2 losses. And those 2 losses were to Alex Pereira. If it wasn't for Alex, he'd be undefeated in the UFC. And outside of the UFC, he's only lost 1 fight. And that was back in Rizin, where he was most dominant in, which is a huge, maybe the biggest Japanese MMA promotion. And with this fight coming up, there were some older Jiri highlights that have been floating around the internet again, reminding people just how dominant he's been throughout his career. And I have one of those clips right here, and it is fucking awesome. It is so awesome, dude. Look at the shots this guy is taking. Like, come on. He's just getting Managa. And he comes out of it. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that nice? I like that. That's crazy, right? The amount of shots that man took. And yet he still turned it around and won that Benuga. He doesn't care. Why would he care about that sort of thing? He'll take a few punches. He doesn't mind. But he is getting older. How many more of those punches can he take? This is smart matchmaking again at its finest. We see this a lot. The matchmakers in the UFC, generally speaking, do a very good job. Okay? Alex versus Magomed is the final fight that moves the division forward. Jiri versus Khalil is essentially the next title eliminator. And Olberg versus Reyes, which we just saw, set the stage for who's next after that. And unfortunately, it won't be Reyes. Trilogy fights don't come around often because they have to make sense. The fighters have to be great, they have to draw attention, and the first 2 fights that they had need to have been either close or impactful enough to justify a third. And sometimes it's just the reality of 2 fighters staying at the top long enough that they have no choice but to run it back again. Apparently I have another thing to show here. Oh yes. Now this was not this was when Alex was fighting last time, I think, and Jiri happened to be, I don't remember. This was not when Jiri was fighting Alex, but they did cross paths. They cross paths a lot. And Jiri loves to take a good gander at Alex. He loves to stare him right in the eyes. But for me personally, I think a trilogy between Jiri and Alex would absolutely be worth it. Doesn't matter how it plays out this weekend. If both guys win, match them up. If both guys lose, match them up. But it has to be one or the other. It can't be like Alex wins, Jiri loses. If Alex wins, Jiri loses, can't match him up. If Jiri wins, Alex loses, we could still match them up, but I think it would be smarter to put Jiri up for the title. I think either way, as long as Jiri wins, he's going for the title. Or Khalil. Because I like Khalil Rountree as well. I don't want to completely dismiss Khalil Rountree, because he is, I really like Khalil. In most other situations, I'd be going for Khalil. But I can't go against Jiri. We've seen a trilogy with Alex before, with Izzy. So this would, if Alex wins again and if Jiri wins again, this will be Alex's second trilogy that he's had. Why not do it again? Alex just has that kind of effect on people. He's so skilled. He's so compelling to watch. The opponents feel they need another shot at him because they want to get past his dominance. And if he goes into a trilogy with Jiri, Alex would actually become one of the rare fighters to have 2 trilogies on his resume. But there's the other huge factor, which I haven't even mentioned yet. And honestly, I think this might be the case. After this fight, I don't know if we ever see Alex Pereira at light heavyweight ever again. I think he might be done at light heavyweight. I really think so. And I mean, he even admitted it himself when someone was asking him at a press conference about his weight, and he said, I don't know how long I can cut to 205. I think this is his last light heavyweight fight. I serially do. Gone. I was trying to remember. Gone thinks so. Now about the Jiri versus Khalil fight, I'm seeing a lot of people leaning towards Khalil. And I get it. Khalil's a mofo. He's a good guy. He can fight. I could see Khalil winning, but I'm not voting for Khalil. I don't care. If anyone were to beat Jiri, and I'd be okay with it, it would be either Alex Pereira or Khalil Rountree. So it's not going to be a huge disappointment. Either way, it's going to be a war. There's not going to be a boring fight here. Probably not much groundwork either, if any. Both guys are known for their striking, okay? But who knows? They might surprise us. What if one of them shoots it for a takedown? That might be part of the game plan. They might want to spice things up. I doubt it. But if it happened, that would be a wild moment, wouldn't it? That'd be interesting. It's not what I want. I want chaos. I want it to crash. I want smashing. I want them to absolutely annihilate each other. With these two specifically. And I think that's exactly what we're going to get. How could it go any other way? But then again, I've learned it doesn't really matter what I think. My predictions never play out the way I expected. And if history has taught me anything, I probably just cursed my pick again. Like I do every time. So let me ask you this. If Alex and Jiri both win this weekend, do you think the UFC has to book the trilogy next? Or is it not worth it at all?
Tap here to watch the full episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast.